Hello all and welcome, and I'm MGTOW philosopher, and in this video I would like to talk about a crappy article I saw in The Guardian, one of the most liberal feminist rags on the planet. And this article talks about how men, you should learn to treat women better. You want to treat women better, men? Here's a list to start with. Why would I want to treat women better? They don't want to treat me better. So my main goal in life is, I'm sitting around worrying about how I can treat women better, how I can white knight and pussify myself to be more the ideal modern man who will cater to women. Oh boy, doesn't that sound great? Sounds like a barrel of laughs, doesn't it? Yeah, because my whole life and my whole existence revolves around finding new ways to treat women better and make them more comfortable, as if they're already not comfortable enough. And it's a huge list, too. I mean, my God, let's get right to it because there's a lot to cover. Over the last week, there's been a lot of talk about how women are treated in the workplace and elsewhere. Yeah, they're treated great. They're treated like gold, while men are treated like plow horses. TV writer, we already know she can't write worth a damn. TV writers suck. Nicole Silverberg argues that if men want to step up, they can. What does that mean, step up? Did anybody ever stop and wonder what that means, step up? You know what that means? Some woman sets an expectation in her mind, and then all these women get together and they adopt it, and then they establish that as the required norm, and it's on a higher plane than where you currently are, so you have to step up to that level. Yeah. I'm going to define me. I'm not going to let some dumb woman who doesn't know what it means to be a man define me. But let's see what their retarded list looks like, shall we? And we know it's retarded because it comes from women. Hey, men, what are you planning to do better? Well, whatever I plan to do better, it's not going to have anything to do with you. It's going to have to do with me and making my life better. Because you need to do better. Why? In what way? That's a very general term, isn't it? It's very vague. Do better in what way? What are you talking about? You mean do better for you? Of course, you see right here the narcissism of women. Everything revolves around women. They don't even go to the trouble of saying what you need to be better at because they automatically assume you know because the whole world knows because the whole world revolves around them, meaning that if you're going to do better, when I say that, it means you have to do better for women. Of course! Here are ideas on how you should treat women better. See, when a woman says do better, it means serve her better. Number one, talk to your friend who is kind of a creep at work. I guess that means, I don't know, make him less of a creep. Of course, it must be a man, of course, right? What if this one doesn't make any sense to me. What friend are you talking about? Is it a woman who's a creep? Of course, everybody who reads that automatically assumes, oh, it's a man, and you should tell him not to be such a creep. I see. What if it's a woman? A woman can't be a creep? Really? Lovely double standard. Don't talk over women is number two. Don't talk over women. Well, if you didn't talk over them, you'd never get a word in edgewise, because if you let a woman get going, she never stops. Yammer, 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 and she just goes on and on and on about nothing. Number three, if you are asked to be on a panel team and see that it's all men, say something, maybe even refuse the spot. Wait a second. So I'm supposed to negatively impact my own work, my own possible job, future, career, advancement, just because there's no woman. First of all, where is this nonsense that there has to be equality between the sexes? Hey, ladies, just because there's not a woman involved in something, just because there's not a woman on the panel or a woman in this area or that area, why do you automatically assume it's some kind of discrimination or some kind of a sexist thing? Couldn't it be that you just wasn't a woman good enough? That didn't have enough merit? Oh, no. Women are as good as men, except when they're not. Yeah, okay. Next. When you see another guy talk over a woman, say, hey, she was saying something. Fuck you, bitch. Say it yourself. First you want me to treat you as an equal, and now I'm supposed to treat you like a goddamn motherfucking child and protect and white knight for you. Bitch, suck my motherfucking dick. I'm not going to white knight for you, all right? You want me to speak up for you and give you equal this and equal that, but then when it's convenient for you, oh no, I should treat you like you're some kind of special princess and put you on a pedestal and protect you like the princess standing behind me and I'm in front of you with a big giant sword fighting a dragon that's 100 times my size. Yeah, okay. Next, learn to read a fucking room. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's no context to that statement. I don't get it. Next, don't call women crazy in a professional setting. Well, who does that? I mean, in a professional setting, who says stuff like that? And by the way, are you talking about in the office or something where women are constantly talking about what idiots men are and how they hate men and how men are stupid idiots? But somehow we're not supposed to say anything bad about women? More double standards, I see. Next, don't use your feminism as a way to get women to trust you. Wait a second. You mean a male feminist? Oh, I see. So, so the whole reason that white knight pussy mangina wimps become feminists, which is to get women, essentially, now that's a bad thing, right? I mean, I thought you women wanted male feminists. I mean, you want men on your side, right? Because without men, you've got nothing. And yet now you're telling men, don't become a feminist just to get with women? Well, then why would we become feminists as men? Show us in your day-to-day life, not in your self-congratulatory social media. Oh, I see. So even you're saying there's no good reason to be a feminist if you're a man. Or you're saying there's no good reason to be a feminist at all. Oh, no. Men just become feminists to be self-congratulatory and to get into women's good graces. I see. Oh, do you actually want men to be on your side? I mean, you're showing your man-hating here. Next, don't touch women you don't know. And honestly, ask yourself why you feel the need to touch women in general. What? Why do I feel a need to touch women? You don't feel a need to touch men? What about when you're banging them? You don't feel a need to touch them then? Would you just put your hands at your side and say, plow me, baby, plow me. I'm not going to touch you, but plow me anyway. Good God. What do you do when you're giving them a blowjob? You just go up and down like a chicken and you don't touch their schlong with your hands? What's this nonsense? Why do we feel a need to touch women? So you must be a big, fat, gigantic, ugly land whale that hates men because they want nothing to do with you. And so you want to basically project that hatred and bitterness onto other women and make them as miserable as you are. I see. Next, do you feel that any woman on earth owes you something? Well, wait a second now. Wait. Isn't that, but she doesn't. Even if you're like, what about basic respect? Ask yourself if you've shown her the same. You don't respect us, bitch! You don't respect men! You talk about us like we're fucking morons, like we're dumb fucking monkeys swinging around trees, eating bananas all fucking day, and we're too stupid to do anything else. And yet, you expect us to respect you. We should respect you, even though you don't give men any fucking respect. This woman is an idiot. Wait, so we owe you respect, but you don't owe us respect. Hey, babe, did you stop and think, wait a second now, did you show us any respect? Huh, honey? No, but you want respect in return. By the way, nobody deserves respect. Nobody deserves respect. Respect is given when it's earned. Nobody deserves it. And by the way, do you feel that anyone owes you something? Women feel that men owe them something. They're constantly complaining about how they've been given the short end of the stick forever since the beginning of mankind, which is total horse shit. And that's how they've justified all this feminist bullshit and leaving behind their gender roles to begin with. Good Lord, honey, get some self-awareness. You think men owe you something, but we can't think that you owe us something? Get out of here. Next, don't send pictures of your penis unless she just asks for them. I wouldn't send a picture of my penis to some broad, even if she did ask for it, because women talk about and share everything sexual. People like to think men are that way because women like to project away the nasty, crass, disgusting side of female nature and project it onto men. The truth is, men don't talk about sex very much. They certainly don't get into lewd, graphic details the way women do. Women talk about everything from the size of his schlong to how good he was in bed to how good he was at giving oral. Women discuss all that shit. Never send a picture of your schlong to a woman. She will share it with everybody in her office, all her girlfriends, her mother, her sister, everybody. Next, if a woman says no to a date, don't ask her again. I would never ask a woman out on a date to begin with, okay? It's a waste of time. Just bang them, clang them. That's it, all right? I don't even bother anymore with dating. It's a waste of time. If the woman don't want to have sex right away, bye-bye. By the way, I have no problem in that area. It's easy to find women that just want to bang and clang. That's the wonderful thing about with all these liberated women around. You can have the milk and you don't have to buy the cow. Next. If a woman has not given an enthusiastic yes to sex, back to hell. What does that mean, enthusiastic yes? So if she just gives a thumbs up, That's not enthusiastic enough, and I should just go home. This list is so stupid. Not only is this woman a horrible writer, it doesn't give any context for a lot of these statements, so they have no real meaning, no real focus to them, and what the hell they're talking about. It doesn't go into any detail. I mean, what is this? What does an enthusiastic yes mean? Do you have to sign a contract? What the hell is she talking about? Next, if a woman is really drunk, she cannot consent to you and she cannot consent to your buddy who seems to be trying something. What are you talking about? How many guys out there go out with chicks to double team them? Oh my God, that's disgusting. That's a very rare occurrence. Are you talking about yourself, honey? Have you had threesomes with guys? I bet you have, and you've regretted it. So now you're projecting your shame onto other women and men by saying everybody must do this and avoid doing this. If a woman's really drunk, what if a man is really drunk, huh? See, I don't understand this. When there's no, this doesn't make sense to me, okay? Why is a woman suddenly a creature with no agency and no ability to make a choice when she's drunk? But a man, when he's drunk, he's all about choice and, he has agency and license and reason and he is totally 100% lucid. But a woman, when she's drunk, no. How does that work exactly? I mean, when there's no force involved, we're not talking about rape here. We're not talking about holding her down, forcing her, using physical strength, which is the one thing that man has over a woman in a sexual situation that he could use to rape her, but she couldn't use to rape him, which, by the way, she could do that in some circumstances. But regardless, I'm speaking generally. But if there's no force involved, aren't both people equal in the sense that if he is drunk and she has sex with him, then he also can't consent and she's raped him? Oh, it doesn't work both ways? Well, if there's no force or strength involved, why not? Oh, because that's not convenient for women and it doesn't serve women. I see. Next, if you do the right thing, don't expect praise or payment or a pat on the back or even a thank you from that woman. Congratulations, your baseline. This is what I don't like. This pisses me off. The attempt to reduce men who are good men to just decent baseline pieces of crap. You're just an average, everyday piece of shit. Yeah, you did the right thing, but I'm not going to pat you on the back. Meanwhile, women who do the right thing and women who just are baseline decent are held up as fucking Joan of Arc. But a man who is a decent, good guy, oh no, you're a piece of shit just like everybody else. You're of no more value to anybody else is. Only women can be of greater value and put up on a pedestal. You is a dirty, disgusting loser, man. Oh no, you cannot in any way, shape, or form be lauded as great. Oh, you ran into a burning building and pulled a baby out? Well, all you did was everything. You just did what everyone would do. Anybody would do that. You're just baseline decent. What this really is an attempt to normalize and to baseline decent, as this woman puts it, any action that would be great or wonderful by labeling things that are great or wonderful as baseline decent. Another attempt to essentially, it's basically nothing more than an attempt to make men into just, nothing special. Men are nothing special. Yeah. Meanwhile, anything a woman does, it's like, oh, wow, she's so great. While at the same time, oh, you're a man. You're nothing special. You just did what anybody would do. Okay. Next. Involve women in your creative projects. Why? Why should I do that? Involve women in my creative projects. You know why women want to be involved in men's creative projects? So they can ride men's coattails. Because women don't have a creative bone in their body. And every time a woman tries to be creative, she fails. Women want to get involved in everything interesting, new, different, or creative, generally in terms of work, so they can ride a man's coattails, get some borrowed fame, get some borrowed prestige, and that way they can advance in the workplace, get themselves connected to something great, wonderful, creative, when in the end they had nothing to do with it whatsoever. All women can do is ride men's coattails because they can't accomplish anything of great note on their own. That's why they feel a need to make everything some big, great thing when a woman does it, and when a man does the same thing, he's nothing. Next, don't make misogynistic jokes. And yet it's okay to make misandric jokes. Men are scum, men are idiots, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, sure, fine, whatever. You love your double standards, don't you, ladies? I love how women are supposedly somehow special, fragile creatures that you can't say anything about. It's perfectly okay to attack men on a daily basis. No problem there. And they're attacked everywhere at all times, and everybody laughs. But if you make a joke about a woman, uh-oh, you will be destroyed. Why? Why are women better than men? Of course they're not, but we have to maintain this facade that they are with this constant propaganda. Next, don't expect women to be nice or cute, and don't get upset when they aren't those things. What do I give a shit? Most women ain't nice or cute anyway. They're all fucking land whales. Jesus, especially if you're talking about in the West, where 66% of women are overweight. Overweight! Jesus Christ. And by the way, the third that aren't overweight are still chubby. Most of them are still chubby. You might find 5% of women in the West that qualify as skinny, okay? So you couldn't be nice or cute if you tried, ladies. Next, don't make assumptions about a woman's intelligence, capabilities, or desires based on how she dresses. I don't do that. I base my assumptions about her intelligence based on how she looks. If she's a really, really hot chick, odds are she's a moron. Because as we all know, hot-looking chicks don't need to be intelligent, and it's a lot of work to be intelligent and to be learned. So why do that when men are paying for everything? Next, pay women as much as you pay men. Now you're a sexist fucking scumbag. Why should I pay them as much as I pay men if they're not doing equal work? Oh, pay blacks as much as whites. Pay children as much as adults. Pay dogs as much as you pay people. What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb bitch? Pay this person as much as that person. What if they're not doing as much work? Oh, so the automatic assumption is that women, of course, do as much work as men. Yeah, so we have to assume women do as much work as men and that they have equal value as men. Of course, that doesn't seem to be the case, actually. Men work more, men work harder, and the evidence proves that. I'm not going to pay a woman more just because she's a woman. Basically, what you're saying when you make this statement is that just because someone's a woman, I should pay them more money. Not because they're doing more work, just because they're a woman. Well, that's sexism at its worst. You're talking about sexism, which you're perfectly okay with. You're perfectly okay with getting benefits and being superior and getting special treatment as a woman. What about feminism being about equality? Oh, no, it's not about equality. And for those of you out there who still think it is, why is it called feminism? Why isn't it called something else that's neutral, like equalism? Because it was never about equality. It's about women's superiority. Next, if a woman tells you that you fucked up and you feel like shit, don't put it on that woman to make you feel better. Well, wait. Well, that's all you women do. I mean, every single article I see, it's a man's fault, man's fault, man's fault. Man is evil, man is evil, man is evil, man is horrible. But somehow, it's not the case. So men can't do that, right? We can't lay it off on you. Women are never to blame. Yes, of course. Women are never to blame. It's always men. Even when it is women's fault, it's men's fault. I see. Apologize without qualification. What? Wait. What? If a woman tells you that you fucked up, just apologize? Even if she's wrong, she's right? Really? And you think I'm going to buy that? Do you really think you can post something that stupid and that there's not going to be a man out there who's smart enough to call you on this bullshit? And by the way, most men are smarter than the dumb bitch that wrote this crap. Apologize without qualification. No, I don't think I'll do that. In fact, I don't think I'll apologize unless I believe I did something wrong. This is not where you believe her. Yeah, like that video I made about the always believe her narrative. Whenever a woman says something, always believe it, because a woman's always honest, even though women are the least honest creatures on earth. No, I think I will analyze the situation first before I apologize. If I think I did something wrong, I'll apologize. If I didn't, I'll tell her to go fuck herself. Next, don't punish women for witnessing your vulnerability. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Next, don't get defensive when you get called out. What? What are you talking about? No, you could, of course, as a woman, not call somebody out. Oh, well, of course, as a woman, you always have to do your damnedest to belittle men and to shame men and attack men and try to make them less than they are. You could, of course, not do that, but you can't help yourself because you're a woman and it's your job as a useful idiot to destroy all men. I see. Next. Don't need to literally witness a man being horrible in order to believe that he's horrible. Trust and believe women. Go fuck yourself! You self-serving cunt, you! Always believe women. Are you kidding me? Why don't I just say always believe men? And then I'll go out and say that this woman raped me. Or this woman is a space alien from the planet Xenoob in the galaxy Trobe or some shit. I could just say anything and you should believe me because I'm a man. When you put it that way, doesn't it make... It sounds like total fucking nonsense, right? But if I say it about a woman, I should always believe a woman. Believe everything a woman says. Oh, that's perfectly fine. What, are you kidding me? What is this stupid shit? Just believe somebody because she's a woman? Talk about an arbitrary requirement. Oh, you're a woman, so I'm not automatically believe you. Oh, you're always telling the truth. This is total horseshit. Why should I believe you just because you're a woman? Can you give me some kind of argument that states why a woman is always honest 100% of the time, so she should always be believed? Give me a motherfucking argument outside of always believe a woman because you should always believe a woman. That's just circular reasoning. Doesn't make any sense. What makes you so goddamn honest that you should be believed 100% of the time? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. That's like saying, oh, well, geez, nobody ever has self-serving motives for lying. Oh, no. No woman would ever lie because lying has never helped or served anybody's own interests. Talk about lacking critical thinking here. Next, don't use your power to get women's attention, company, sex. Well, then what good is it? What good is, don't use my power to get sex. What does this mean anyway? You gotta be more clear about that. If you're talking about using my job to get like women working under me, working for me to get sex, I would agree because that's unprofessional. But if you're talking about using my money and power outside of work to get women, go fuck yourself because that's what women want. See, this woman just wants to shame men into not getting with women. That's all. I just don't get with women. Yeah. Oh, I see. Don't get together with women. I'm a big, fat, ugly slob, so I don't want you dating hot chicks. There shouldn't be any chicks out there getting guys because I'm a loser cunt feminist and I can't get a man, so I don't want any women out there getting men either. And so now I'm going to try to essentially indoctrinate these pussified wimp boys out there who feel guilty about being successful and be able to get a lot of poon. And I'm going to make them feel guilty about that. And now I'm going to make it so that they can't get poon. I'm going to brainwash them into thinking they're bad guys and that they should not try to use their power and money to get poon. Well, what's the point of having money and power except to get poon? This woman's an idiot. And by the way, she ignores the reality that women want power and fame and money. She's a moron. Next, be aware of your inherent power in situations and use it to protect women. Why? I thought you're equal to me. If you're equal to a man, why would you need a man to protect you? You see, women, feminists love to contradict themselves. They say one thing and then they do another. In one sentence, they say women are strong and powerful. And then in the next sentence, they say, oh, well, you need to, as a man, protect me. Pathetic. It's not my job to police other men and protect you. I got enough trouble protecting myself. The world is a dangerous, nasty place. I have to put all my energy into protecting me. I'm not going to worry about protecting you. Besides, you left the plantation long ago, and you're just as strong and powerful as me, right? So protect yourself, bitch. Next, stop thinking that because you're also marginalized or survivor that you cannot inflict pain or oppress women. Meaning that no white man or man, period, can be a victim, or if he is, he's not a real victim compared to women who are the real victims in the world, even though they are the most privileged class on earth, the most protected class on earth. I see. So, aren't you oppressing men now by telling them that even if they're victims, they're less of a victim than some other group just because that other group happens to be women? I mean, what does that mean exactly? You're trying to convince everyone that women are somehow more oppressed just by being women, which makes absolutely no sense. Plenty of women who have never faced oppression. Plenty of men, too, and there's plenty of men that have been oppressed, and women, too. What's your point? You're trying to make being a woman somehow, of course, yeah, women are more oppressed class than anyone. So even if you're a man that somehow thinks he's... And notice that she says, stop thinking that because you're a marginalized... you're almost so marginalized or a survivor. Thinking. Stop thinking. Yeah, you think you're a victim, but you're not really a victim compared to a woman. And just being a man, you can inflict pain and oppression on a woman just by being a man. And of course, even if you have been a victim, you should be more worried about women being harmed somehow in some way by you just by existing as a man. So you should go out of your way to help women, not yourself. Next, if women's pain makes you feel pain, don't prize your pain above hers or make that pain her problem. Meaning suffer in silence. Yes, men should be more sensitive and more vocal and open and empathetic about their feelings, but at the same time, don't talk about them. Just use your own pain about your own self and your own horrible experiences to help women. Use your pain to empathize with women, but don't talk about your pain. Now, she can talk about her pain, of course. She can talk about her bad experience. She can talk about how she was victimized. She can talk about all the pain that she's had in life, and you need to use your pain to empathize with her. Well, but don't tell her about your pain, because that's a man's pain, and we don't give a shit. And lastly, don't read a list like this and think that most of these don't apply to you. Right, because all men are evil, all men are horrible, all cisgendered, white, male, bullshit, males, period, whatever, are evil, are horrible, are cruel. All these things automatically apply because I'm a man. We'll talk about racist, sexist, intolerant bullshit. You gotta love identity politics. Because I'm a man, I'm all these things, right? And because you're a woman, you're all these things. It's very interesting. It's interesting how this list is totally self-serving to women, and all it does is bashes men, and it doesn't say anything that women should be doing. Of course, you'll never see a list that talks about what women should be doing. Oh, no. You'll always see these lists about what men need to do to better themselves. And by the way, it always turns out that these lists, when it comes to the men bettering themselves, it's all about bettering themselves in regards to serving women. It's not about man bettering himself to serve himself. It's always about serving women. I've never yet to see a list where a woman's talking about bettering herself. Or if it is somehow about bettering herself, it's always about bettering herself for herself. Not to serve or make men's lives easier or better. But every one of these motherfucking lists that you see about men bettering themselves is 99% of the list that these dumb ladies make about how men can be better. It's always about helping women, never about helping the man. And even when a woman does make a list like this, it's always about helping women too. So 100% of the time, feminists are about women. But they're somehow all about equality, and they care about men too. Yeah, feminism is about men and women being equal. My ass. Let me know what you think of this bullshit list in the comments section. And like and subscribe if you would. And if you feel like it, make a donation to my Patreon. Because, of course, YouTube is demonetizing my videos. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.